Kal halayim la Yahweh b'Hashem Yahweh Shai b'Hashem Ruach Kudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom meaning peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Right, Shalom meaning peace. May that be to the elect of the nation of Israel. Peace to the elect. And this lesson is about, the peace the elect will find in the end. Right, keep your eyes single. As Hamashiach said, keep your eyes single. What does that mean? It means focusing. Right, not getting sidetracked, distracted, taken off your course. Apostle Paul spake, you can say, spake on the matters of finishing your course, fighting the good fight. I believe that's in Timothy. Right, he spoke unto his own son in the faith. Right, fight the good fight. Right, and this good fight is a spiritual fight. Now, we're aware, through the precepts, as it's written, through the precepts I get understanding, which, precepts, you go into, it can mean a law. The whole book is known as the book of the law. Right, laid up in the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint their likeness. Right, and that happens time upon time again. The heritage of the children of Israel being claimed, people trying to portray themselves as such, the ruling powers. That's just as you have now. You imagine the, let's say, worst possible outcome, which is he never fell. We understand prophetically that will never happen. But just to demonstrate a point, all your greatest music influencers, your entertainers, all the things they use Jake for to push, as a little, basically bread and circus, so you can understand, as they had in Roman Empire. This is that new Roman Empire, right? And the mystery Babylon, that spirit of Egypt, that spirit of Sodom. All the entertainers, all the placeholders that they use Jake for, they'd probably attribute that unto themselves. So the greats, the prophets, of the ancient time, they always portray as themselves their physical appearance, which that, it's not really that deep in terms of, skin deep. It's much deeper, right? It's about lineage, and that's the confusion there, the mix up the lineages, right? And of course, it is deep, but it's deeper than skin deep, right? Because you're gonna have Israel look like whatever, but in terms of a matter of truth, it is important to say, well, this is in fact the true depiction. It's written, we are to be basically ambassadors of Hamashiach, and he is the way, the truth, life, and light of men. Right? So all that being said, it's gonna have to be for the elect, right? Shalom la bachaya, right? Peace unto the elect. So there's gonna be trials and tribulations upon certain ones, but they may not be of the elect, right? It's all predestinated in the spirit. That's what you also have to remember. That's what keeps us, that's what gives us comfort. And I'll speak as a man, like it's written, they should give us comfort. I'll speak as a man, it certainly gives me comfort. Being aware, you reflect on certain things, you think, well, how should I have behaved in that scenario? And it's good in terms of, bettering oneself for the next time a similar event or scenario arises. However, take comfort in the fact that it was predestinated. It's meant to be like that. You can't rerun it. You can't rewind in history. You can't hop up in a time machine. So however, you can learn from it. The things written aforetime written for our learning, right? So we learn from it, we build from it, we try and do better. That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So that's really what it's about, the hope. And that's the only thing that's going to push us through it. You best believe the elect that get their heads chopped off for this truth have hope in it, right? Have faith in it, have a sincere belief in it, right? You're not just going to let next man take your head unless you really believe in this. So how much do you really believe? And there's many things that might try to take you off track, but again, that's predestinated. Were you meant to, endure for a little season, or were you meant to endure until the end? Right? Hamashiach said the same shall be saved. Meaning if you endure for a little while, you might endure the 99th meter of a 100-meter sprint. You are not getting that medal. Right? You will not surely be saved if you do not endure until the very end, the last bit. And that's going to be a dire situation, but the elect right? Shalom, peace unto the elect for that hope, right? Because it said the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Where shall the ungodly and sinner appear? Right? Us that hope to be of that, right? As we name the hopeful elect, right? That gives us comfort, that strengthens us. If your faith's weak, you know, you'll be like, oh man, you know, well, you know, you might get weak in the hour, right? I might be talking all this smack now, might be talking all that shit now, but you know, God forbid, as they say, I could fold in the last moment, right? And what did Apostle Paul say? Of the same ilk, if I'm using that word correctly. You know, I so keep under my body after I've preached to others, lest myself should become a castaway. Right? So we speak boldly, but that's while there's still, you know, ease system running as it is, which that in itself, you know, is faith. However, you know, when you have the dissolution of these things, the comfort of the supermarket, you know, as much as we speak on, you know, the spiritual power and stuff, when we're in that time, you know, we best pray for that faith. We best pray to remember all the reasons we speak boldly now, all the reasons we speak like we're winning. You know, if we've got this faith at this time, we're winning. It doesn't mean we've won. You know, it talks about being saved or preserved from this present life or this present world. From, you know, I'm paraphrasing that poorly, please, you know, correct me or seek it out. You know, be like the church of Berea rather than the church of Thessalonica. Right? Search the scriptures daily whether these things be so. You know, so we need to be ready to lose it all. Right? That's peace to the elect. Right? The idea of hell, you know, the opposite of evil, you know, scarcity of, you know, effectively a dearth, having a lack of everything. Right? This needs to be of peace to the elect. You know, bring peace of mind to the elect, understanding the order of prophecy. There's Yeshaya Yaquam would call it an oops doctrine. Well, clearly there's order to prophecy. There was order, we were going to slavery till we were destroyed. You know, but then there's a prophecy about a kingdom coming. So make that make sense. If there's no such thing as a order of prophecy, there absolutely is. You know, only a foolish man could say that. You know, I'm not saying you're a fool, but only a foolish man could say that. I'm not saying you're a fool, but I'm not saying you're not a fool. Anyway, you know, excuse me babbling. Getting back to it, there's an order to prophecy. You know, so you have to understand that the MOTB, the complete lack of anything comforting in terms of in the physical, that has to first happen for us to get the absolute abundance promised unto the elect in the end when it's all said and done. Right? So you have to understand order of prophecy in order to be comforted. You know, unless you're not going to take comfort in the fact of the MOTB if you don't understand the, you know, what happens after that. If you don't understand that there's something beyond E's world, E's kingdom. You know? So you take comfort in the order of prophecy. That brings peace unto the elect. Right? The fact as well that the elect will not be deceived. It is as it's written, excuse me, as it's written, if it were possible, they would be able to deceive the very elect. That means what? That you take it on an English literature, you know, when you do all that analysis, what would you say? That implicitly, you know, so covertly or subtly, you know, look these words up. These words are important, getting an understanding, you know, because it's on the skin deep level again, the English language, you know, getting to the Hebrew, the Greek first and the Hebrew most importantly. You know, it implies on a subtle level that what? You cannot deceive the elect. You know, and that's a very obvious thing when you really get into the context and understand what it's all about. The elect would have the truth. You know, the whole world would believe, you know, strong delusion will be sent, and that will cause them to believe a lie. Right? So peace to the elect. That's what we're seeking for. You know, all we're catching on this side is war. You know, you need to be in a spiritual sense. You know, but there's some that will, attempt to make a physical war. We need to remain spiritual, because that's a trap. Being physical, getting caught out into the devil's playground, that's a trap, man. We've got our weapons of our warfare, and they are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to the tearing down of strongholds. Fighting up against what? Spiritual wickedness in high places. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. All of this, brothers and few sisters, should bring what? Peace unto the elect. Peace to the minds of the elect. So keep on keeping on. Keep that warlike mindset. Spiritual war, of course. Get used to adversity. Get used to pain. Get used to discomfort. When I was a child, I did all these childish things. When I became a man, I put away these things. Paraphrasing again. Be a man. Be mighty in the spirit. The amount of sacrifice Yahweh Shai had to do for us to be able to believe this, we better believe it properly. We best believe it properly, brothers. So I'll leave it there. I pray it's been edifying, exhorting. On to the next one, Lord willing. Shalom. Shalom to the elect.